The news of the day hit home for a local casino executive who says he has attended too many Kennedy funerals. Gene Kilroy leaves tomorrow for New York to say a final goodbye to his friend John F. Kennedy Jr. But tonight he spoke exclusively to News 3. Nina Raditich joins us live outside the MGM Grand. And Nina, Gene Kilroy has known the Kennedy family for years.
As a matter of fact, Jim, he says he met John Jr. in Washington, D.C. when John was just 8 years old. And tonight, I sat down with Gene Kilroy as he introduced me to a man he described as caring, cautious, and never reckless.
I attended John Kennedy's funeral service. I attended Robert Kennedy's. I attended his mother. And now I'll be leaving tomorrow to go back to New York for the funeral services of young John.
It's a family built on faith, says Gene Kilroy, a longtime friend of the Kennedys. Kilroy believes it's that faith that will carry the family through in this time of tragedy.
I believe right now that there's a touch football game going on in heaven, and I could just visualize Bobby Kennedy, David Kennedy, and Michael Kennedy against President Kennedy, his brother Joe, and young John.
It was one of John Jr.'s favorite activities. In 1988, he came to visit Las Vegas with some friends. Gene says he asked two questions before he arrived. Where was the Catholic Church, and where was the football field?
And they had a great time here, and they played their touch football, and he went to Mass, and he went home.
Gene Kilroy saw JFK Jr. one other time in Las Vegas at the Tyson Holyfield ear-biting fight, where John sat next to Madonna.
He was a sports fan. He liked all sports.
But there was more to the man that Gene remembers.
He had the depth. He had the innocence of boyhood, but still the dignity of man all through his life. And it's sad. This kid had so much to live for.
Kilroy tells a great story about having dinner with John Jr. here in Las Vegas. He says that people kept coming up to him at the dinner table and talking to him and saying that they were big fans of his father. Kilroy says that John would get up, he would shake their hands, he would be cordial and kind to these people that he didn't even know. And when John sat back down, Kilroy said to him, "Doesn't this bother you?" And John looked at him and said, "No, Gene, they're sincere people." Reporting live, I'm Nina Raditich. Jim, back to you.
Nina, thank you. Another glimpse into Kennedy's life there. Gene Kilroy believes that John Jr. would have jumped into the political arena in the near future. And like many Americans, he wonders how this country would have been different if John F. Kennedy Sr., Bobby Kennedy, and now John Jr. were still alive.
Well, tonight in the aftermath of the crash, some are saying that Kennedy and the Bissett sisters died in what's